Hi love, welcome back to my channel. Today will be a little bit different. It Today will be a little bit different rather. It's going to be a very vulnerable post. Um, Today I'm choosing to face one of my biggest fears. This is the past few years. It has been something that I've been so scared of. When you say something is your greatest fear, this is it, and it has been limiting me so many ways. And I think I've gotten to a place where I'm like, you know what, or die na die. Let's face this, and yeah, like what's the worst that can happen, right? So I'm currently at that place. Um, this month of June, I am doing a 30 days devotion challenge to God, to love, to reconnecting with more of myself, and um also the mother part of God. Like, I know God the Father, like I'm really be choosing to build a relationship with the mother part of God, mostly because I'm not going to talk about all that today, but I'm doing a 30 days devotion, right? And the polar opposite of love, which is what I am choosing to devote myself more devote more of myself to, is fear. And if I say I'm choosing love, it means that I'm looking all my fears in the eyes and wrapping them in the arms of love. So I chose to face this fear once and for all. Where do I start from? So, first things first, this particular fear has been limiting me in so many ways, where it has limited me in showing up fully, showing up how I know I should show up in the world. It has been hindering me showing up because I have been scared of what will people say. If this comes out, how will people take it? How will they look at me? I've been doubting myself. I've been like, when you're waiting for something to be perfect before you show up, right? This has been one of those things. So I'll say it's one of like a skeleton in my cupboard that has kind of been limiting me. So let me backtrack a bit. So a few years ago, like I've always shared in on this, whenever I get to share my story, um because I was going through a phase in my life where a lot of things were just like, my life at the point was just a bit chaotic, and so many things were happening at once, including losing my dad. Right? No, I don't think my dad had died at this point, but so many things were happening all at once, and I was like, you know what? I need a fresh start. That was what my head told me. Like, Teju, you need a fresh start. Maybe I should just relocate. Maybe I should, not like jackpot, but you get the drift, right? So I just wanted to go somewhere new where I would like start afresh, new life, new friends, just a fresh page for myself. So I chose that I was going to use the education pathway to leave the country, and it was going all well and good. Like, the process was going fine. I paid my fees, and I was at a point where, like, I'd paid for everything: fees, insurance, like everything. But I needed 600,000 naira. I don't know if I should mention the amount, but since I already blotted that out, I needed 600K to make up um what I needed, basically. So I was using my life savings at this point. I was using my life savings. I think my dad even added like 1 million naira to what I had, but I still needed 600K to complete the amount of money that I needed. And at the time that I used to go to church, someone in church, one of my friend that was very, very kind, chose to be very, very kind to me and very trusting of me. I remember I went to church that day and she called me to the side and said, Tejuri, I'm going to give you this money that you need to complete. Because at the point, like, everybody could see that I was being very depressive. Like, I was being very, very depressed, rather. Like, you could see the weight of not having that money on me every single time you see me, right? It seemed like, oh, finally I had something. I was trying to run away from my situation, and it seemed like this 600K was like in between me and my dream at the time. So she was so kind and she offered me the 600,000 naira. And she was like, you know what, go do what you need to do. When you get over there and you're settled, you can pay me back, right? And who I like, I was shocked, mightily shocked by an act of kindness that she could trust me with that amount of money, especially because I was relocating outside of Nigeria, far, far, far Australia, that she might not see me ever again, but I was touched that she could trust me that much to loan me that amount of money, right? So yeah, so I took that, did all my processing and all that and all that. Fast forward to months later, I did not get my visa to like, I was so sure of getting my visa to the extent that a Sandford party, is it Sandford they call it? Like a Sandford party had been organized for me. Like I was packed and ready, just waiting for my visa to come. But my visa didn't come. And I went through the process over and over again for almost 2 years and the visa didn't come, right? So it got to a point where she was like, okay, you know what? I need this thing is not working anymore. I need I need my money back, right? And from the moment, like, it's been, I don't know, it's like I've been paying, I think I have like 10% of it to go, like um through the, like, since I started paying back, I have like 10% of it to go. But um going through this journey of spirituality, one thing that um I know that I'm called to serve, right? Like nothing else almost works. I don't know if I'm using the right word, but basically, if I try to do any other thing, like I'm an interior designer, I'm a filmmaker, I'm all these things, right? But if I choose to do these things, like, always not just working. Like I've tried it again and again and again. It's always not just working, right? And I know deep in my heart that this is what I'm meant to do. I'm meant to coach. I'm meant to, like, this was what I'm meant to do, and my prosperity kind of is tied to doing this work, right? But doing this work entails me putting myself out there so people could see me, so people could connect to my gift and want me to either coach them, buy my product, or any of that, right? But it seemed like every time, like I said, this has been a fear of, okay, because this person is always like, and I feel like she's absolutely on a right, because I know it's taking longer than we both envisaged to pay her the whole money back, and it might seem like I am being lackadaisical, is that the right word, about repaying back. But so much is going on with me that nobody knows about except the people that are closest to me, right? So much is going on with me. So most times she kind of like issue me threats like, oh, I'm going to post you online, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, right? So the fear of having myself out there in that light has been preventing me from and showing up in the world and sharing what I know I'm meant to share and helping the people I'm meant to help. And also regarding my prosperity, right? Because it's energy exchange. Whatever I give out comes back to me. So I have been scared of showing up. And every time I get like, and when I don't show up, it puts me in a depressive state. Like I start feeling very depressive that I know this is what I'm meant to do, but I'm not, on another hand, I'm just too scared to go out to do it because I'm scared of, okay, of all the what ifs. What if she puts my picture out there? What if people start calling me fraud? Like so many what if and self-doubt, right? So I every time I choose to come out to say, okay, you know what, regardless of this, I'm going to show up, somehow, some way, she comes and then starts like telling me most of these threats again. And last month I chose that I was going to show up fully, like I was done with hiding, I was done with all the fears, right? I was going to put myself out there. And true to my word, she sent me a message again, and I took some time to reflect on it. I'm like, okay, this is always happening whenever I choose to show up. So I could actually, like, in prosperity, get the money to pay, because if I do not do what I'm meant to do, I cannot pay you back completely, right? Like, this whole thing will just keep going on. But then again, the platform that I need to do these things so that I can get the money, I am I am I am running away from it because of the threats I'm getting. And if I don't do it, I won't get, so it's just a circle that is going on and on and on. I am at a place where I'm like, you know what, I am fed up. This is it. At this point, I'm like, whatever needs to happen should happen. One thing I'm not going to run away from again is showing up fully. So I'm going to show up fully, trusting that all that I need for this issue to be resolved would come to me. I do not know how it's going to come, right. So I'm choosing to do this video to just put it out, like just face that fear in case anything like that comes out. This is me saying it. And I'm not saying it from a place like, I have made some financial decisions that if I chose another way, maybe by now this whole issue would have been resolved. I've made some financial decisions that did not help me in this process. For starters, I think 2 years ago, I tried to, like, after back and forth, I tried to like get a refund. Yeah, 2 plus years ago, let's say 3 years ago, I tried to get a refund of my money back from these people. Um, and I was able to get a fraction of it. First, that was what they told me, it said first installment, right? And the money came, and I was expecting them to make the second installment payment. And at that time that the money came, I had like accommodation issues that I needed to move and pay rent. So me just thinking, oh, money is still coming, let me quickly just solve this house issue first. When the balance comes in, I'm going to pay our balance. But the balance didn't come. I reached out to the school, and the school said the owner of the school sold the school to some to new management. And like the whole back and forth was just like, I just at this point I just say, you know what, I can't do this anymore. So I just like, I left that for them, right? So yeah, I could have handled that better. I could have paid her first and maybe trusted that God would resolve my accommodation issues. That is a financial decision that maybe a mistake that I made, that I've forgiven myself. Yeah, I've made some financial decisions that I could have done better, but I've forgiven myself, and I'm currently at this point where I'm like, okay, we are here now, and moving forward, this is what I'm not choosing, and I'm choosing to show up regardless. Yes, I'm going to make this payment. It's just about 10% remaining of this whole money, right? I'm going to make the final payment. Yeah. So this is why I chose to do this video. And this is not like to castigate anybody, but it's just, I'm just putting out this video so that I will stop running from doing what I know I'm meant to do, because it's kind of affecting every area of my life, not doing my purpose, especially my finances, right? And I have been told that this is where my prosperity, like, I need to show up. So yeah, I think at this point I'm just rambling, but I think I have done the most part of what I'm here to do, which is coming out to say this is this fear is a major problem, and I'm choosing to face it. So yeah, I guess I'll end it here. Until my next post, I love you guys. Thank you.